Plaintiff Genesis Castro started dating the defendant after they met online, but she soon caught him cheating and he admitted to it. Genesis claims they got past that and the defendant moved in with her, but he couldn't be faithful, so she kicked him out. She's suing him today for a loan. Defendant Christopher Vasquez admits that he strayed before moving in with Genesis, but he insists once he moved in, the cheating stopped.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Okay. So basically, Your Honor, I met Christopher on October 2021 on an app called Meet Me. From there, we started having conversations. He came to New York that same month to visit me because he lives in Florida, so it was long distance. We started talking for a little bit. I went to visit him in December, and late December is when he officially made me his girlfriend. During that time, we had a ongoing long distance relationship where he would travel back and forth to see me, but I always had doubts of infidelity. One day he came to New York and I went through his phone and I saw messages with other women that was not me. And, you know, just flirting with them, talking sexually and all that.
How long after you all had gotten together?
This was maybe about 5 months.
5 months?
From the dating period. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I try to give him
How old are you guys, or how old were you then?
27. I'm 28 now.
Okay.
So he basically apologized and stuff like that. I was willing to give him another chance, and he decided to make the move to New York with me in July. Unfortunately, he couldn't be faithful, and I kept getting suspicions, and he was still doing the same thing that he was doing, talking to his ex, all that mess. And in the month of September, I asked him to please.
Was he seeing these folks?
Yes.
These ladies?
Yes, Your Honor. So I questioned him about a girl from the app, and he made denies on the claims and stuff like that, but I saw pictures on his phone, on his contacts, but he claimed that he never seen the young lady, but I've seen the picture of them together.
Oh, you saw them together?
He was
not
not
just
smart
an
enough.
internet picture.
Exactly.
Okay.
He was not smart enough to delete the picture. He made it as her contact photo.
Ah!
It pops up on the phone.
And unfortunately,
Nice.
Unfortunately, he thought I was slow, but I'm not. And, you know, when I asked him if he saw her, he said no. And I'm like, but what is this picture? And then he was like, oh, well, she came to get something for me, but she had like a hookah in her hand. So I was like, what did she go to pick up? Besides that, Your Honor.
My 16-month-old granddaughter can identify pictures.
Thank you.
Identifying pictures.
Granddad. See me on TV.
No kidding.
You know, so me, obviously I gave him chance after chance because unfortunately, despite everything, I do love him. But I couldn't take it anymore, especially with all the lies. So when September came, I asked him to remove himself from my apartment that I share with my daughter. He was saying that he didn't have enough money to sit there and go get himself an apartment.
He tricked it all off with the women. Let me get some background from him. Go ahead, if what you say is true.
I'll tell you one thing. One thing I won't do is trick it off on women. But I do want to say it was a pleasure meeting you. But Doyle, I love you. I love you, Doyle. I had to. But
Got my picture in your phone?
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's the one I sleep on my teddy bear.
You know what?
I got it on my teddy bear, Doyle. I won't lie to you.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
So, everything she did say was kind of true.
Kind of.
Everything
what?
started off of an app. We continued gradually speaking, communicating, and every single day we just kept in contact. When it came to December, we did make it official. Unfortunately, yes, I won't lie and sit here and say that I never made mistakes. I am gonna honestly say and admit to it, I have made mistakes, but that was before moving down to New York. Everything that happened was before moving to New York. Once I got to New York, everything had stopped.
No.
Mentality has changed, and unfortunately, when it happened,
Well, before this happened, how many times had you all seen each other?
how many times have we seen each other? I flew from Florida to New York every month. Stood either a week.
month?
5 times.
Every single time. I stood either for a week.
5 times?
Yeah, about 5 times, per se, before July.
Right. And so, you were how old?
Huh?
27, 28?
No, 31.
Grown man.
31? And you think all he need is some five times over the course of a half a year? You thought that was gonna be all right for him?
I questioned him about a girl from the app, and he made denies on the claims and stuff like that, but I saw pictures on his phone, on his contacts, but he claimed that he never seen the young lady, but I've seen the picture of them together.
Oh, you saw them together.
He was not
just
smart
an
enough.
internet picture.
Exactly. He was not smart enough to delete the picture. He made it as her contact photo.
Ah!
Defendant Christopher Vasquez is being sued by his ex-girlfriend, who claims instead of repaying a loan, Christopher spent his money at the strip clubs, and she has the video to prove it.
See, a lot of times, women and men, but ladies in particular, they kind of bury their heads in the sand and have a unrealistic expectation.
I will say, unfortunately,
It doesn't mean it's okay for him to.
Oh, it's absolutely not
that was
okay.
what I
I'm
was
just trying to
missing.
get you to
Unfortunately,
protect
my
your
mistakes
feelings
messed it up.
Yeah, I know.
and give you some realistic expectations.
Lesson learned.
When you're not giving a man none for months and he's 31 years old.
That's the point. You start acting like you're in high school wanting to be.
No, ma'am. 31 is only 6 years from 25 when you're out of control.
And, all right, so me being completely honest with you, I don't get mad.
With her, I'm clear. I promise you, I'm clear.
Well, that's me. Me being completely honest in general. Just in general, me completely being honest, I understand what you're saying. I don't blame her for doing it. Unfortunately, I did get caught, and she did see things that made her this way, unfortunately. So when it happens, unfortunately, there's times where it's small things that'll be made bigger just because of what happened before. So unfortunately, that's my biggest thing when it comes to it. Other than that, man, I don't blame her for the things that happened because of my mistakes. I made that come out of her, unfortunately, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes 100%, and it's usually the case. That it's usually the man's mistake and the man's fault and the man A, B, C, D. Well, do you want to embrace that with every little thing? Do you want to go into your cabinet and see that there's some aspirins there that were bought the night before, and there's a time stamp that's saying it was bought at 2 a.m., so now your mind got to say, well, the 2 a.m. aspirins, what was he at 2 a.m.? What did he need aspirins for? Did he have a headache because he was drinking?
Not
did
that
they sit up
crazy.
drinking and smoking, and then after they had sex, he had a headache, so he had to go and get some aspirin to make the headache go away? Is that why he went to 7-Eleven at 1:30 in the morning to get aspirin? I'm just saying.
It's so funny. You know what's so funny is that's you.
How the hell just happened?
You want to know if I move right
I'm
or
down for going to the
left?
store.
If I'm walking down the corner, he want to know if I'm turning right or left.
That's it.
Oh, that's him.
I'll tell you this, look, I'll be honest.
Well, he's setting himself up for her.
I'm
Don't
more
make
of
it
just
seem
a
like,
protective person, man. It's not the fact of me wanting to know your every pinpoint move. It's just if I get told you don't want me to go to the store at a certain time at night, I want to tell you the
At
same
2 in
thing.
the morning,
Okay,
I
so
think
you're
it's dangerous.
Yeah, if you decide to
he's-
do
he's
it,
just for
I am
fairness.
just being a male in a relationship.
Judge.
Unfortunately, being overprotective. That's all. I'm not asking
Judge.
too much.
Yes.
You know, he full of it.
Tell me about the loan. Let's get to that.
So I asked him to move in October. He moved. He said he didn't have enough for a down payment and stuff on an apartment. So I told him I would loan him the money. I gave him $2,500, but I told him I need it within a month simply because my lease was ending and I needed to move regardless. He agreed and he said he will pay me. The month after came November and I still haven't seen no money. I was texting him, telling him where's my money. I need it. I need for the apartment. He's saying I don't have it, but I go on Instagram and I see him partying, throwing money, going
Blowing
to strip
coke.
clubs.
Blowing coke.
No.
Absolutely
He don't do
not.
that.
Wait, hold on.
I mean, he do smoke
Absolutely
weed.
not.
If that's what you asking.
I'm just asking.
No, Your Honor.
So yeah,
That's a
so
question.
We need to retract that
it's
from
more
statement.
like
No, it's just a question.
We're going to retract that statement.
This is not a statement. It's a question.
it's a question. Don't get mad at the question.
That's
So
intense.
Hey,
That's
Craig.
intense. Throw you got my back, right? Wait, no, you got my back, do you?
hey, this is no favorites here.
Is that the nope?
After came November and I still haven't seen no money. I was texting him, telling him where's my money. I need it. I need for the apartment. He's saying I don't have it, but I go on Instagram and I see him partying, throwing money, going
Blowing
to strip
coke.
clubs.
Blowing coke.
No. He don't
Absolutely
do
not.
that.
Wait, hold on.
I mean, he do smoke
Absolutely
please.
not.
Defendant Christopher Vasquez is being sued by his ex-girlfriend, who claims instead of repaying a loan, Christopher spent his money at the strip clubs, and she has the video to prove it.
Go ahead. And
So-
so the money was to be paid in 30 days.
Exactly. And he kept giving me excuses. It got to the point where I kept texting him, and then he told me he just wasn't going to give it to me. And then at points he said he just didn't have it. In my opinion, how do you not have money to give me, but you have money to go out?
To buy Coke. I'm asking.
No!
Coca-Cola.
Okay, Coca-Cola. You have money to buy Coca-Cola.
Even soda.
Not even soda. Oh, yes.
Not that. Can I retract to this? Can I
Yes.
get
No,
this
no, I
clear?
wasn't done.
No, yeah, we're done for a second. Hold on.
Oh, you
sir,
tried it.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Mr. Mathis. Hold on.
I've never suggested that you use
No.
Coke or that you're high on Coke now. I have never suggested that.
But didn't he just
I
make
did
it look
not
like
say
it, right?
that. That's those 2 million people back there that are looking and saying that.
So,
Let me tell you this, guys.
so
I keep trying to tell them those are allergies, folks. Those are allergies combined with a fun-loving, nice guy who likes to laugh and he just can't stop moving. That's all.
you see it for yourself, right? He's like this, like.
Allergies make you move like that a lot. When I get my allergy, somehow the drain causes me to slump and I'm tired. But when he gets his allergies, when his allergies come down, and even while she's talking,
Like he's nervous, right?
he's talking to him. I'm just trying to tell the people who have the wrong impression.
So
Right.
People,
millions of people in the background. I don't do coke.
thank you. All right, go ahead.
I asked him for the money. He kept saying he didn't have it. So I had created a fake account. I know that sounds crazy, because his friend had me blocked. So when I went on his friend's Instagram story, that's how I saw the proof that he
Living
was
the
going
life.
out. Yeah, because my friend happens to have his friend as well, so she told me about it, but I wanted to see it for myself. So I do have videos
Me too.
of him.
You got some good stuff. Go ahead. What you want to show me on the video?
I have video evidence.
Oh, what the heck? Who's that?
That's you partying it up.
Yeah, but
You don't remember that?
But you gotta remember though.
Oh, that was your twin brother.
Hold on,
I forgot.
hold on. If I can defer to these statements that's being used against me, unfortunately, I used to be a club promoter. So I have friends that are in the scene. I don't have to pay
sorry.
$1.
That's
You're
a
walking into
lie.
any place.
You're right. You're
That's
probably
a lie.
a very popular guy.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Everybody
so I know
asks you
the
if you want it.
DJs, I know
I
the
got it
security
now.
guard, you
People
feel me?
how
First
long you been
off-
doing that?
First off,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's
I
a
started
lie.
club promoting
When he was a kid.
I was.
Quiet.
sorry.
I started off club promoting at the age of 15. When I stopped and got out of it was about at the age of 23.
Okay.
From there, then I had moved to Florida from New York. So a lot of the people that I did club with and promote with now own restaurants or own lounges or own bars in different places. So I don't really have to.
And they still like y'all used to do in the
And
club.
it's
They
not
still
like,
offer
it's
you
no
Coke.
different. Like, yeah,
No different.
no.
No different.
Wait,
It's just no different.
Yeah, no.
No different than what they used to do in the club.
I ain't gonna lie, you almost got me there. You made me say yeah for a second.
Promoter gets everything in the house.
He made me say yeah.
Whatever, everybody bringing the promoter something. So I'm gonna leave you alone. We having fun.
I asked him for the money. He kept saying he didn't have it. So I had created a fake account. I know that sounds crazy, because his friend had me blocked. So when I went on his friend's Instagram story, that's how I saw the proof that
Living
he
the
was going
life.
out. Yeah, because my friend happens to have his friend as well, so she told me about it, but I wanted to see it for myself.
Defendant Christopher Vasquez is being sued by his ex-girlfriend, who claims instead of repaying a loan, Christopher spent his money at the strip clubs, and she has the video to prove it.
What do you say to this loan?
All right, so the statements that she did make was true. She did tell me that I needed to pay the money back within a month. I understood. Unfortunately, once I got to the place, I had literally to pay all this extra stuff that I had to get done. I had to make sure that the light and all this extra stuff was getting paid for and included once I got the rent and approved for the apartment. Unfortunately, I do understand that I did owe her the money, but I was just like, maybe how do I put this without
Well,
saying
before you
So-
even say anything, if you want to be technical, you're using the club promoted thing. That's when you was a kid. You moved to Florida and you stopped doing that for years. And that club that you went to, I used to work at. Your friends don't work there, so
Oh, no, wait, we're
tell
not-
them about the promotion again. What did you get free?
We're talking
What did you
about,
get free?
We're talking about the loan. We're past that right now.
You want some money or not? You need to be
You
letting
feel me? I'm trying to
yourself.
help this out. Like,
You getting in your feelings. You
Because
better
he's lying.
stay in your money.
Your Honor. So back to that. So yes, I did say I was gonna give her back the money. I'm not gonna lie to you. I told you the truth. I told her the truth. I said yes. Unfortunately, unfortunate
Well,
events happened, and I couldn't give her to her at that very moment. But I'm gonna keep it funky with you. I'm not gonna lie. If I'm still doing my thug nizzle with her, well, I mean, you staying over my house. What? I didn't think I really had to at the time.
Man, this man seems like he has fun. I was only around crackheads all the time, and they didn't have no fun. All they did is stare at each other and wait on them to pass the pipe to each other. And they be mad and their eyes buffed out their head. But this man seems like he's living life, loving life, and having plenty of fun. I want your life.
Hey.
You sure?
You say, am I sure? Hey, I say I want one of my other close relatives' lives who didn't do anything but get high and have fun and eat at my expense. All right, judgment for the plaintiff. She says that she loaned. You agree that you borrowed. So I'm glad that you're an honest guy. So you all can say together, he's honest now. He's honest
He
now.
just lied to you. Think I got that for
No,
free.
he says he owed. He admits that he borrowed it.
I'm not gonna lie, Mr. Mathis.
But-
Right.
My
He's
biggest
honest
complaint-
now.
That's
How
why
you
we
got?
here.
How
What?
you got?
Ma'am.
How you got $400?
I'll put him in rehab, and when he comes out, you can get back together, all right?
Why you getting still mad at me?
Judgment for the plaintiff, rehab.
Not the
Have a
rehab.
good day.
You could have been home for this. We didn't have to stay here. It's all we came to Chicago.
Does it look like I care? You was trying to pay me instead of cash.
I'm not gonna lie to you, kinda.